Happiness is one of those things that we find ourselves chasing because we we don't feel like we're worthy of it. A lot of times we don't feel like we're worthy of happiness. And the problem with that mindset is that we place happiness in the hands of external validation. We feel that if something happens outside of us, then we have the right to be happy. And as a result, we find ourselves waiting our entire life to feel the feeling of happiness. We're pessimists. We are doubtful. We try not to get our hopes high because we're afraid of being let down. And that is so emotionally immature, and we don't even realize that our EQ is suffering. On the flip side, we need to start looking at happiness as something that we are entitled to. Happiness is our choice. We can choose to be happy. We can choose that on the way toward achieving whatever it is we want to achieve, we can feel good about where we are. It isn't about winning or losing. It more so is about, am I being present here? Am I showing up? Am I a man or a woman of my word? And am I bringing the best version of myself, to the party? You got to take your mind off of the outcome. Every single day, you should revisit your goals. I revisit my goals in the morning and in the evening. And that's it for me. After that, I completely forget about the goals and I look at what it is that I'm doing today. Why? Because we have this creative mechanism in our mind that we can't force to do anything. We can't force ourselves to see opportunities. You realize that? You ever had a hunch or deja vu or just a feeling that just comes out of nowhere and it hits you? You didn't make that happen. It happened on its own. And that is your brain's way of like searching your environment. Your brain is looking outside around you and it's just picking up clues from here, it's picking up clues from there, and it's putting them together. And every now and again, you're hit with that burst of this is the answer. And when you get that hunch, take advantage of it, move on it, act on it. And that's how life is supposed to work. We place too much emphasis in our forebrain and we try to make things happen for us. We can't make anything happen. Life don't work like that. You can't make success happen. So the people that are telling you like I did it on my own, I made it happen, nah, like what you really did was you just stayed down. You stayed down and you allowed your subconscious mind to do the work for you. If you're constantly putting negative thoughts into your forebrain and you're thinking, oh my God, this could go wrong, that could go wrong, I can make this wrong turn right here, or maybe that can go wrong. That's going to be your outlook, and you're going to find opportunities for everything that can go wrong to happen. That's why they say whatever can go wrong, it most likely is going to go wrong. But what if you take that and you flip it on its head and say whatever can go right is going to go right? And you begin to expect the right things to happen because you rehearse them in your head. You think about the positivity. You think about the coincidences. You think about the forces that you didn't expect to work on your behalf before. You expect them now. Yo, I'm going to set my mind to starting this business and reaching this target demographic and making this amount of money by this date. You forget about that goal and you just get to work, but you work with expectation that everything will work itself out because it does. You're always manifesting. You are always manifesting, even when you're not trying to. If you're feeling indifferent, if you have absolutely no clue and you just, I could lose, I could win, that's what your brain is going to find. It's going to find indifference, and you're going to get indifferent, confused ass results. But if you take on a confidence about yourself and you say, I know how this thing called life works, I know for a fact if I'm focused on what can go right, it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen the way I think it's gonna happen because that's not how it works. It's gonna come in the form of a coincidence or some luck or a hunch. That's how life works. But it starts with your thoughts. You need to control what you're putting into your world. Because if you're putting negativity and junk food up in here, that's what you're gonna manifest. Negativity and junk food. Momentum is the key. Momentum is the key to your success. Clear your plate and only put on it what is going to be constructive. You want to have a solid foundation of positive thoughts going on in your mind, knowing exactly what it is that you want and where you want to land. Once you have done that, allow life to play its course. Every day, reinforce what the goals are. Just remind yourself, that's all. Reinforce it. And when you think about your goals, you need to think about the nuances, think about the details of it, think about how you would like for it to happen. How is it going to make you feel? How does it affect the other people in your life? When you begin to create this image, your brain now has some clues to work with. For example, I've got my piano over here. I take an hour's worth of piano lessons every single day, and I know that I want to play neo soul music, and I want to create my samples on the keys, and I want to be a really, really soulful musician, and I want to pass that gift on to other artists and allow them to enjoy musical experiences. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'm just focused on learning how to play them keys every single day for 1 hour, one keystroke at a time, and I feel good in the process. I've removed myself from making the outcome happen. I know the outcome is going to come to me. And I'm in a pursuit of 1% better every single day. I'm present. I'm not always thinking about the future. When you're always thinking about the future, you feel anxiety. When you can't let go of the past, you feel depression. So you need to remain even keel, and you need to stay right in the middle, right in the now. And that is true happiness. True happiness happens right now. It doesn't happen later. It doesn't happen then. Happiness is now. And if you can't get your mind out of the gutter, then that means you need to clean your slate, turn your cell phone off, don't answer the phone, stop watching Netflix, stop playing the game all day, stop masturbating, stop lusting over women, and just meditate. Be with yourself for long enough to reset your slate and allow your mind to work its magic. Because what's wrong is you keep getting in the way of your mind. When you get in the way of your mind, when you try and make things happen, when you force things to happen, they don't. Because when you force, you're doubting. The only time you will try and make something happen is if you're doubtful. So those people that are like, man, F that, I'm going to make this happen. You're lying to yourself. You're doubtful. You don't believe that. You're going to try and force it. You're going to push, 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 and nothing is going to fall in your favor. And you're going to find out on the back end that you took the wrong approach. And those are the same people that find themselves going back to the drawing board. Now you're writing out your goals again. At least you're writing out your goals. Listen, the goals and the plan are never the problem. 99% of the time, the problem is not your plan or your goals. The problem is that you try and force it. If you have a plan, just follow the plan. You don't have to try hard during the plan. We already know everything is difficult when you first started. Everything. You can do nothing, and nothing is going to be difficult because you're officially doing nothing. But over time, it's going to be easier to do nothing, right? That's just a part of life. But don't force it. Just take your steps daily. Do what you have to do. Build up momentum. Build up consistency. Review your goal in the morning, in the night of every day, and forget about it the rest of the day. When life throws you curveballs, it is your job to not add your negative opinion to it. You're better off adding no opinion to it. If you can't turn a negative into a positive, then don't turn it into anything and just let it be. Because what happens is, it's not what happens to you that's the problem. It's your opinion of what happens to you. Nothing happens to you. Things happen all the time, but they don't happen to you. So watch your vocabulary. Watch your judgment. Stop forcing things. Know exactly where you want to go. Forget about it and allow your creative mechanism to manifest the life in the world that you know truly belongs to you. And it's all yours.